Alright, come here.
This looks like a Frank Yang video.
Yeah, because it's like the thing, right? It's like the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
So no. So do you remember how that guy said in an interview? I mean, he was talking about how Dana Lynn Bailey doesn't care about sets and reps.
Yeah, she just does what based on feel. And I'm gonna go to the fitness expo and I'm gonna ask them like, I asked a bunch of people already, like Kane Bishop, Tony Huge, Coach Trevor. I don't know the Trevor. I don't forget his last name, but all the whole enhanced athlete crew. I asked them, and basically they all do their workouts based on feel as well. That after he did that, like, see, that's what I'm talking about, like the cinematography that he does.
Yep.
That's what really attracts me to his BBC.
the BBC, the camera's the BBC.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right. So yeah, all those.
Oh yeah, it's
a lot of powerlifters and bodybuilders don't have sets and reps. They just
I think powerlifters
they don't have programs.
I think powerlifters have programs, but bodybuilders don't.
I think more powerlifters, they're more into the program than.
And I believe it's this powerlifter that we saw.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
No, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Does it still work? Oh, it's good.
We just hyped it up. I don't think anything happened, dude. It's in Canada.
Okay.
Getting in the middle.
Gainesville. Right, so I like having my sets.
You like having your
Me
sets?
too. I like a program because I could see, like, especially for the documentary, like I could see, okay, I gained this much weight every time. What's up, man? What's up?
Is it on? I mean the mic. Yeah. Okay.
Testing anus. 5,000 anuses.
Okay, so Eugene said he likes having sets and reps too.
Me, I like having sets and reps because it allows me to like he said, like Frank said, it allows me to focus on like the bigger stuff.
Because after ayahuasca, your mind is like.
Yeah, I mean, even before ayahuasca, I've always been into the numbers because that way I can just.
You could 100%, no doubt.
Yeah.
So what do you think about these people that do it? Like me, what I think, that they just go off their feel. I think that they're.
Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
You have to be pretty advanced for that.
I think there's something wrong with it. I think that they don't know all the results that's going on. They're doing everything off feel and it's working for them. Cool, but they still don't know for sure what's happening.
I think moderation.
I can't agree with it.
I think both. You gotta play around.
Yeah, you gotta play around.
I gotta ask Matt Ogus and see like what he does.
Because here's the thing: if you completely go by feel, then it's hard to gauge progress.
But if you only go by numbers, then there's room that you freedom.
And you can get injured if you go from numbers too, right? Because I know some people, they go off, like Matt Ogus, like he goes off, I don't know what he goes off, but he's really thinking about, like, he's like, I don't know about this arm is a little different than this one. He kind of feels a little pain, and he's like, that's a bad sign, and he runs away from that.
You have to, because at the end of the day, like, your health is more important than, like, hitting a new PR on your whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I had a small knee injury, that fucked with my mind so much.
Me too.
That little, like, pain here. It's not even that bad.
Yeah.
And like everything in my life, even when I'm watching movies.
Did you ever get one on your
lower back? It's like, fuck, I'm thinking about that shit. That shit, I fucked up the rest of my life.
It's called chronic injuries, right? Because you're doing the reps so many times, and then it just fucking comes out of nowhere.
It's blurry. Alright, so before, here's what it's my retreat.
Yeah.
I had you said that you had like a battle, right? Like afterwards between like truth and untruth, right?
Like literally, I was resisting.
You say you stopped filming and stopped posting on social media?
Because my mind actually no, I lied. I posted a lot on social media immediately after ayahuasca because my emotions were very intensified. Yeah. So I almost bipolar. So while I was manic, very euphoric mania, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And then, when I'm depressed, I'm really depressed. But as the weeks go by, more less intense, more calm. You know, the panic attacks subsided and everything. But I stopped posting because now my mind is so busy with stuff that it's like social media is just too much noise for me. Yeah. Just like how when you came to LA and you were like, damn dude, this is too stimulating. Yeah. Like sometimes, well for me, I took it bad to the point where like I had to get away from everything. Like literally just live in solitude for a bit. So my last post was December 20 and I used to post every day. So this
I
is
used to
kinda
post
crazy.
5 times a day.
Yeah.
And then after the retreat, I post like once a day.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed you don't post
As
a
much
lot.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like once you see the truth, everything that's untrue.
Yeah.
You wanna stay away from it?
No, it's that you don't try to, but it just makes you suffer. Kind of. You just feel like
It's like eating a bad. It's like being healthy.
You feel like cheating on your girlfriend.
McDonald's.
You feel like you're cheating on your girlfriend.
Oh,
A little bit.
Okay.
You feel like you're cheating on the truth.
You know, like this
Yeah.
A little
ayahuasca
bit,
stuff
a
and
little bit.
enlightenment stuff that you guys speak of. Obviously, like me, I always try to run away from that stuff.
Wait, that's great. Let me get a different setting so it saves more.
Yeah, dude. It's
I always try to run away.
Wait, don't
'cause I got a little-
talk about it yet. I think it's very interesting.
Don't talk about it yet.
I don't think I need 4K for this.
With them.
Alright, so okay, before
Yeah. So like,
you try to stay away from like the enlightenment thing.
I try to stay.
The ayahuasca, the
Honestly,
meditation.
I'm
Hey,
scared.
you told me like
I try to run away
Okay.
from it.
Yeah.
I try to run away from it because I feel like if once it happens, it's something that I cannot ignore anymore.
That's
And
exactly how we feel.
That's where it
Yeah.
is right now for me. It's like there's a little thing right here.
But how did you
And it's like-
get the glimpse?
I got the glimpse. For 2 months, I was just reading.
Reading.
And I was away from everybody, and I was just reading self-help, blah, 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 everything. And then, like, I go back, like, I step back into society, and then my mind's just like, whoa, this versus that, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And then I smoked pot,
Mhm.
and then my brain was just like, boom. And then I had to, like, recess, and I had to get away from all that shit. So, and that was just like from like one puff. And then I was just thinking like, fuck. And I smoked weed before when I was much younger. None of that shit ever happened to me. It was just like a fun thing.
Because like the spirituality
because I didn't
thing,
have, I was missing something.
yeah, the spirituality thing you were reading primed it so that when
Yeah.
you spoke weed a little bit,
It just
you
took me
broke
to
out
the
of
next.
broke out of duality for a
So
little bit.
right now I'm at this fear. Actually,
That's why you told me not to meditate. Because
Yeah.
you're out of your own fear a little bit.
Yeah.
I tell myself that too. Like I was meditating like 2-3 hours a day after the retreat, but I've been doing less and less because I can't. It's too much.
It's
dude.
too much, yeah.
It's
There's
too much.
this
It's
thing
like-
right there, and
I'm scared to do it.
I'm
too.
scared
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
I'm scared of that, and I feel like if I do ayahuasca or any other, I'm gonna die. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna die. That's what I feel like if I do
mean-
any of that stuff. And there was that one guy who
Yeah.
did die from it. I feel like it's gonna be me. Like, I'm not gonna be
Oh,
able
wait,
to
who
cope with
died
it.
from it?
I don't know. I saw some
The kid
articles.
from Brazil or some shit?
Some kid like if
Commit
that
suicide?
dude. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
They found his body in like the thing at the camp or something like that.
Oh shit.
It was on the internet.
So like you know how right now you have like this your like lower self and the higher self, quote unquote, just words, and then
Yeah.
they're in battle
They
constantly. right?
battle constantly.
Yeah,
bro.
everybody that I talked to who
Yeah.
ever done a retreat and who's did ayahuasca said that that's the number one struggle.
Has
It's like
anyone?
the higher self,
Yeah.
truth versus lower self and untruth.
What have-
It's always in constant. But before, when
Right.
you're only in your low self shell,
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
unconscious in there, you don't get that struggle.
Yeah.
But you have other struggles. But now you have like a struggle within a struggle.
Now it's like a bigger.
Yeah,
like
it's a bigger. Yeah, but the little struggle is still there. Like before,
Yeah.
okay, before my struggle within duality was like body and mind. That's my duality within a duality. You know what I'm saying? Like body and mind is still in duality for me. Like this is how I experience it.
like it's separate.
Like thoughts, like thoughts,
and-
mind and body. Like I'll be like, oh, should I work? Should I read books? Should I play the violin? Should I like, you know?
Does anything matter doing?
Yeah, should I identify myself with like, you know, the mind stuff or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
body stuff, like you know,
Right.
fucking girls and like
Yeah.
bodybuilding, power-
Carnal instincts.
But-
Yeah, but those were my struggle. But now I realize those struggle, even though they were like a duality in itself. Now like there's a bigger Was that me?
I think that's yours.
Fuck! Battery dead. Let me change it.
Think of. So
Okay,
if you-
well let me finish my speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I had the mind-body duality, like
Yeah.
I was trying to constantly in battle
Yeah.
with those. Like I always felt like I'm working out, but I need to match it with like some philosophy or some shit.
Okay.
Like, I need to read more books.
Okay.
And then after the meditation retreat, once like I peeked out of the duality, now that body and mind duality from that perspective of non-duality is actually the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I was trying to like show off my body or
Okay.
show off like a deep thought,
Okay.
like before I would be like, okay, it's more like it's quote unquote better to to express yourself through like art or like creativity and philosophy,
Okay.
Versus like the more primal body part. I made a distinction.
Right.
But now when I look at it from non-duality, they're both like
They're-
quote unquote ego.
Yeah, they're both all
They're both
same.
the same. Yeah,
Like,
they're the same. You're just like showing off your how look.
Yeah.
I'm so unique. Like I have
Because-
this thought. I have this. Like, I can jump this high.
Yeah.
At first, it's like only the body. When I was like
Yeah.
only working out.
Yeah.
I
Fucking girls.
Yeah, fucking girls
Yeah.
working out, getting 40-inch verticals,
Yeah.
getting powerlifting, getting really strong. But before it's all body.
Yeah.
And then like when I was like in college and I took a first philosophy class.
Yeah.
Plato and Socrates. They were like the bomb. So they inspired me to like start reading. And then from college to like before the meditation phase, I started doing like the mind phase. Started doing philosophy, making like mindfuck videos and shit.
Yeah.
And then this is a whole new phase. It's like a consciousness or whatever, like non-duality phase.
Yeah.
And then so now when I'm looking back on that duality thing, I have like a bigger struggle.
It's
Yeah, you know.
yeah. You go beyond pretty
Yeah.
much like the body and mind.
Yeah.
It's like it's the consciousnly that's aware of the body and mind. Like
yeah, but from that
working
conscious
together.
perspective, body mind is actually the same thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But from that,
Yeah.
but if you like put your awareness in that consciousness perspective, everything is the same thing. But then you're not always there because that place you only have glimpses of. Like we only have glimpses of.
Is there a morality sense from that?
No,
area?
there isn't.
There's no?
That's a good question. There isn't. Nothing matters from that perspective. There's no morality from that place.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a lot of physicists actually take that stance. There's no morality. Then you can't say it's wrong to kill or eat a baby because they're poking at like atoms. Like when they're like, you know, they're poking at the empty space in between the atoms. That's kind of like the non-duality space. And if they're all day poking around like quantum mechanics, all that shit about morality.
Do you ever
like,
think that
none of that shit matters?
Do you ever think that everything that we're doing is just a chemical reaction and like all like basically I'm not just talking about not having free will.
Yeah.
But like we're just a part of something that's growing.
Yeah.
Kind of like how there's a seed and it turns into a flower.
Yeah, of course.
We're like still a part of that seed phase. And like, let's say we're gonna make something, we're gonna create AI and all this shit, and that's
Joe
gonna
Rogan says
fucking
that too,
make everything. We're gonna be like a.
We're just in the process of
pet.
creating
We're gonna-
something else. Yeah.
Like it's gonna evolution and all that shit in nature. Actually, we are in nature. This is nature.
Yeah.
This like all this fucking concrete and all that shit was gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were meant to do. That
We're
was a part
building
of us.
like an AI, right?
Yeah.
And then like all those people in there talking about like lifting heavier. They're not consciously doing it, but they're trying to evolve, right? And we're trying to evolve.
Yeah.
But we're not really evolving for the sake of ourselves.
No, we're
evolving
creating
for something else.
and then that thing is also not going to do it for the sake of itself, and it's not going to know as well.
It's creating for something higher. Yeah. So basically,
and it just keeps going.
The human species,
Which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
but that's something. It's just nature, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just nature. So like,
it's
nature is aware. Let's say evolving itself through us, using us as like.
And we can be
puppets.
like, we could be bad or good too, kind of like how our body has its renegade cells that fucking we're killing ourselves and shit. So we could also be, I think in that sense, we could kind of have a choice to like not go with nature and not be it and just fucking destroy everything.
Yeah, see that's a choice, right? I mean, like we know,
but whatever choice,
but
whatever choice you have, how do you know that could just be a layover of what is already happening?
Yeah, because then you're eating shitty foods or you're fucking your body up, right? Or the being or whatever. It's getting bad nutrition, so then there's a whole bunch of like people or animals and environment that's all getting fucked up, and we think it's because we're doing something, but it's because there's some outsourced like bad energy that's entering this being that we're inside of.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Yeah. It could be anything, but like I mean, don't you think it's interesting that like Mark knows he's gonna die someday. We know we're gonna die someday. But why do we create shit? Why do we create shit? Why do we?
Because we know we're gonna die. I think.
What do you mean? Can you explain that?
Well, because we make shit so that we sort of creating our own immortality.
Well, every
like
6 months we're dying.
Like
right?
if we put out videos up on the internet, if Mark spread his ideas about powerlifting to people and by putting his consciousness in other people's minds.
Oh, interesting.
So that's kind of like coming in people's brain. That's how I look at it when I do my videos.
Spreading the seeds into people's brains.
So like when we die, our videos are still there. His information about powerlifting still gets passed on. People are passed that on to other people. So in a way, even though maybe he doesn't notice, he's not aware of it consciously. Like we are when we're talking
We
about it
are.
right now.
But
Yeah.
just having kids too.
Yeah, having kids too.
That would be
Yeah.
like being immortal.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
You
it's,
think about
you're
it.
passing
Genetically
genetics. So
immortal.
like we're passing memes. Like they're passing memes. They're creating memes, and we're throwing.
But the funny thing is
like
when-
right now we're doing that. We're passing our like ideas as seeds.
When we
as
find a
sperms,
mate, though,
right?
when we find a mate, we're not doing it. We're not finding a mate like we're like, oh, all the qualities that I want to have had. We don't look for a mate.
Yeah.
Not everybody does. I think women do that more than men. When they find a mate, they're like, all that shit that I want to have and I want my children to have, I'm gonna pick a guy that's like that. I think women do it, but then men are just like, I just want to fuck bitches, and then just go for like women.
You're right.
And then,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But
right.
we still look at fertility though, like the bigger ass and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like women are trying to.
They pick more. They're more
Yeah.
choosy because
They're more choosy.
there's only one egg.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's so many sperms. There's like a billion
That's
sperms
so-
versus one egg.
We're just trying to spread our
Yeah.
seeds.
yeah,
as
so we
guys.
can fuck around, and that's sort of in our instincts.
And
Yeah.
then back
Yeah.
to like back to philosophy. Have you noticed like atoms are like? Have you noticed like sphere? There's like a consistency in like sphere objects. Like
Oh, yeah,
atoms
spheres.
has sphere
Yeah.
like electrons going around like one atom, and then like our planet is going around a star, and our star is going around another star.
Dude, you know what I
whatever.
noticed though? After the
So we're
medi-
inside something.
Yeah.
I really believe that we're inside
Well, after-
something. Whether
after-
it's a piece of shit or whatever, I don't know. what
okay,
it
okay.
is.
So I did a video on my meditation, the retreat, and then I see so many circles in there that I didn't do it consciously. Like after I edited the
Did you
video,
ever
I was
see eyes?
like, oh, so- yeah, the eyes. The eyes.
You saw
are-
eyes?
There's so many
Did you see
circles.
triangles?
Yeah, triangles
Wait,
and
wait,
circles.
wait. During when?
No, when I was editing the videos, there's a
Oh.
lot of themes and that's like a circle. And then after I started doing a lot of meditation, there's just things around her, just like conversion. There's more spheres.
Did like as you went deeper and darker into this world of your meditation, did things get scarier and scarier,
Yeah.
and you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going through, and you go through the illusions and you ignore the fear and you ignore like anything it tries to do to you. You just like, oh, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. Did you experience that ever or no?
Yeah.
Because like me, like when I was in China, and when I was very tired, I would like kind of like meditate,
hmm
right?
How did you meditate?
I would just like I'd go into complete darkness,
hmm
and I'd lie down, and it wasn't complete darkness, and I would just like stare at one area, and then it would like all these things would happen and weird shit would happen, like lights on and off, and I'm just like, okay, that's like just a distraction, and like things like around me were happening to like distract me away from me, like kind of
Zoning in on that.
on nothing.
Yeah.
Zoning in on nothing. Something beyond, right? And then shit would start to appear here, and I'm like, even that is an illusion. Even that is an illusion.
Yeah, that's why he said everything you
And
think
then-
is it is not it.
And then
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
keep going, and I'd just keep going, and I'd keep going. And then when I was done, I opened my eyes, and it was like the AC. I'd see smokes. I'd see like smoke
So
coming from all
you
the
actually
AC.
thought you were done at one point.
I thought I was done, and when it was done, I believe it was done, and I just see like smoke coming from like the AC,
Yeah.
and no one else could see it. And then that same time, I would go to I went to Thailand, and I would go. I was on the train, and I was like a little tired. It always happens when I'm tired. This kind of like hallucination, the same hallucination.
Yeah.
I went and I would see like these fans and all the AC units and everything. And I'd see all these like chemicals like coming out of them, just like insane. I'd see people like put their faces on it, and I thought
That's
I thought
crazy, man.
everybody else could see it, right? I don't know if people could see that or not. I thought it was really weird. And then I noticed that I was hallucinating this shit when I went on the plane, and then I saw it coming, like this smoke coming from. It's consistent. It's just the AC unit. I think there's a chemical that I could see now. It's
Interesting.
coming from the AC unit. Only when I'm really fucking tired.
What about the car AC?
I know. I don't know. I haven't. It has to be when I don't drive. Like when I'm.
I think you
crazy
should go
tired.
further.
Yeah. I don't know. I
That
don't
what
know
you see is
that
an also illusion, and you gotta keep going.
And it also happened like I would see my
Crazy.
friend's
Right?
breath.
You know what I'm saying?
I would see my friend's breath, right? And I would see like the smoke of his breath as well when it was warm outside. And I would ask him, it was also in Shenzhen, I'm like, dude, do you see that? Do you see that? And like I don't know what it is. I'm seeing something weird.
It's interesting.
I don't know what
I
it
never-
is though. It's
I-
weird,
I
yeah?
never
So
heard
you,
of
you,
this.
you sort of
Yeah.
stop at that point, right?
Yeah, I stopped.
You should try keep going.
The last time it happened was when I was on my way to Sacramento.
Well,
I was kind of tired.
what do you think would happen if you start meditating again and then you
Dude,
see
I
the
don't-
smoke?
I don't
You'd be like,
wanna
okay,
do
this
it.
is not an illusion.
I
You
don't
cut
wanna
through the
do it.
smoke and what's going inside more?
I don't think I want to do that though. That's the thing. Because I feel like that's like an area where you could just go insane or something like something.
I know what you
happen.
Yeah. That's why we said we had mental breakdowns.
It's
after the ceremony, after the
it's
retreat.
the limit.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do ayahuasca or anything again.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, there's like that kind of edge. Do I need to fucking do it? No. Do I fucking need to keep going in that direction? No.
I think
I could go have a fucking great life.
Yeah,
and just be
exactly.
happy and
I feel like
everything,
that
you know?
sometimes. I feel like I'm at a point
I don't
where
need to do that.
but the thing is, once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. So it's like it bites you in the back sometimes. It's like your spirit wants to be awakened, and then like I hate using those woo-woo words, but like I don't know how else to put it. But like I know you think that you could stop, and you think you know this truth, and then like that's enough for you to like forget about it, and then live your life, and maybe use it to your advantage or not, whatever, or forget about it. But like as you go on in life, I think like
so what's the point really?
You just have to keep going until you're done.
So what's the point? What's the like? I don't understand what the point is then. If you keep searching that, what's gonna happen, man? Like nothing. It's just I don't think
nothing exactly.
Happen.
Nothing, but everything.
Happen.
Yeah, the people who become fully enlightened said that like everything changes, but nothing changes.
Yeah, I mean, so like nothing will happen.
Your
What's the point
perception will
of
be
doing
infinity.
It, yeah, but I mean, there's no point in doing that.
Wait,
what's the point of doing the thing you wanted to do, like live life
wait,
for fun?
Frank. When you say meditation, right?
Yeah.
Like the word
living life and having fun.
No, no, listen. The word meditation is supposed to. The typical definition of it is to stop thoughts and focus on your body or breathing or whatever, the moments, right?
No, not really.
So what?
It's just to be aware of everything. It's not to stop thoughts.
So be mindful of everything, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you, like, so you were trying to be mindful of everything during the meditation, right?
Yeah.
But what do you mean by like your mind like just keeps going deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole? Like how does that happen when you're focused on what's here? Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, there's sort of different kind, like being mindfulness, and self-inquiry. I'm talking about more like self-inquiry, like cutting through illusions.
Okay.
Like when you're talking about
so
unraveling.
you're thinking.
I'm still thinking. Yeah.
Really deep.
Yeah. I think those two are overlap, but they're not exactly the same thing. When you do a lot of self-inquiry, when you said you're trying to just cut away illusions, and when you say you feel like the painful process of unraveling, that and mindfulness and try to stop thoughts.
Are you all about to leave?
Oh no, we're filming right now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
your blog.
No, it's cool.
They overlap, but they're not exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like mindfulness is like a bedrock. It's like when you start cutting illusions, you feel like really you get mental breakdown, like you said, and then like mindfulness is like something you can lay back.
But you still need to talk in people's languages, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say you're on this whatever stream.
Yeah.
You could still like then. I think we could see everybody else is just speaking their own language, even including like what their way of thinking is and everything. So when you go to that person and who isn't like, you know, thinking in that way that you are, right? You could still should still have the mind that you could still like speak to them in their language. It's like, okay, that's just like speaking French or something, or like speaking German is like another person, but we're speaking English, but like English in a different kind of, from a different point of view. With your ayahuasca mind or like whatever. But you could still have to come down and like, not come down, like you should still be able to talk to everybody on their level too, right? Not to say that you're on a higher level, which is what a lot of people want to say. They want to say that they're on a higher level, that they fucking, oh, I'm enlightened, I'm a fucker. I don't know.
A lot of people who meditate, they're just like, it's just their ego.
And then
they're, like, I'm a better meditator than you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, look, I have this self-spiritual.
Like I haven't figured out.
Yeah. Or they start to identify with their spiritual identity. And that's not true. That's untrue.
It's like Christianity.
Yeah,
almost.
sort of.
Yeah.
So that like it's like so you just gotta keep going. Like once you feel like you're identified with, you start thinking, oh shit, I know more. And then you gotta step back and be like, no, that's not true. That's not true. So it's a constant process of detaching and cutting illusions.
Do you believe in like astral projection?
Well, I never tried it.
I've heard of it, like white noise and then astral projection.
It's too much. I gotta save films for other shit.